Hello and hi. I'm gonna translate the overall energy for us to see if we have any blind spots. Do any confirmation if needed. I'm gonna start off with elements, and then I'm gonna pull from the houses, and then I'm gonna follow through as into whatever else Spirit got for us. And whatever else Spirit got for us. Hello Zodiacs. Hello Path. Hello houses. And hello universe. Let's see what element is influencing us today. Yesterday was a very intriguing day for me. It really was. But it was so glorious and exciting. About time it like wrapped up. Like about time the end of the day came. It's like a light bulb went off, or like the light bulb actually got screwed in as to how I seen how the whole day got played out. It was so lovely. This lesson sometimes ain't always the funnest, but in the long run, it was just like, oh, this makes so much sense. This is an important piece for me moving forward for what I want. And an egg hatched too. That's like the main aspect of while I wasn't in the mood, I had to be really focused, like on protective duty. Like no time to play no games. Then on top of that, I learned about PayPal yesterday, and it was delightful but irritating at the same time because my mind was somewhere else, something else was happening. It was intriguing, but in the long run, it all balanced out very well. So I felt like it was a glorious day, honestly. Patience is an intriguing aspect. It's something that kept coming to me yesterday. Occasionally, patience leads to uncertainty, which allows fear to creep in. Be cautious of fear. Fear creeps in when you're uncertain, because you have to be patient. Sagittarius, that's what I mean. Fire. Lovely. Passion. We are actually in a fire element right now. Our zodiac season is Aries, which I thrive a lot in Aries season just because I've been doing a lot of work with Aries over a couple of years, learning fire magic and learning how to transmute it into the air where it guides me on the eternal side. If that makes sense. If it don't, then it's not for you. I play too much, Jesus, but seriously. Sagittarius. Oh, back to back, Jesus. Of course, mine's come out. And Aries pops through. Sagittarius and Aries. That's a lot of fire. Fire. How lovely. For me, I use inner light within this. This is where I thrive on the eternal side. When it's lit up, it's like, oh, easier to find. Lovely. Ha. Very lovely. It made me really happy to see that. It's definitely going to be a lovely day. Come here, Moon Goddess. Oh, and balance is right up top, and that's exactly what I mean. How lovely. Change activation. It's a new moon. Sagittarius is going to new moon. It's a new passion, a new focus. It's a new lesson. It's intriguing. It make me feel and think about how I feel sometimes when I'm out and about. Sometimes when I'm out and about, it don't matter how many times I go a direction. Sometimes it seems different. Like I ain't never been this direction before. It drive me crazy. Like where the heck am I at? You would swear I ain't never been this direction in my life. Things look so different. That's what this energy is. I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen to you, but just I was just like, wow, how that really just happens like that. You just have a total different perspective. It's the activation. The moon is doing it. And you got Sagittarius energy. What month is that? It's like in December. Ooh, November. Ooh, Thanksgiving. November 22nd through December 21st. Ruling planet Jupiter. Arrogant energy for sure. Oh, that made some Jupiter energy. That's where it's just like up. I normally come off me in Jupiter energy. Sometimes people don't like when you have confidence in yourself. And you straightforward. It's true. As much as they want it, when they see you do it, they don't like it. It actually makes me. It's somebody I actually really like. And that's Trump, our president. Well, he was our president. We can still say president. How he was so outspoken and actually tweeting with us. People didn't like that. Like, oh, you're too hands-on. You're tweeting like that's what you want. You want somebody that's going to be really direct with you. They're not sugarcoating shit for you to die. You know? And when they don't sugarcoat for you, it's like, oh, the audacity. Did you hear what he said? Like, he didn't sugarcoat it or nothing. Like, shit. Why was he supposed to? Look at the position he got. Why you want him to play with us? Like, that don't make sense to me, but people be big upset with that. Got the fire out. Got the fire out. Ancestors. I landed right on Aries too. Respect your body. It came out again. Yeah, I was about to say detox. It's just definitely a detox. And their perspective, activism, you have to make changes. Whether you changing your sleep pattern, getting more sleep, working out, it's things of that nature for sure. It's a big shift. You just start doing it. This ain't one of the ones where it's like you have to think about it. It just will happen. It's almost like cutting the light switch on. You just wake up and you're doing something different. It's a cycle. It's going with the change. That's the fullness. That's the owl. This is showing a fox. I'm honestly not sure what this is. I want to say a path. But you're in a different cycle. You're just going to wake up one day on a whole different perspective. And it's definitely going with respecting your body. This go hand to hand. Whatever it is. You could be getting more ink. You know, things like that. It's something that is showing respect to your body for sure. That came out recently. It's back at it again on change, and it's an Aries aspect, which we are in Aries season. Which for me, I always say, I'm going to say it again, it goes with inner light. Anytime you think of fire, think of inner light. For sure. It's inner guidance. Now, how you display it, it could be really intriguing. You could be doing a lot of just, wow, you know? What does that mean? A lot of wow. Wow is a good thing. It's just, I don't really thrive off that aspect, but they say heaven and hell, but heaven and hell coexist together. And I'm honestly learning and believing that it's a perspective. because I don't think it's a separation. It's just like me. Sometimes I'm really pleasant, they would say. Sometimes, oh, you're really evil. All of a sudden, heaven turned into hell just because heaven decided to be honest and do what heaven wanted to do. It wasn't hurting nobody else. It's just the audacity of you to look the other way and we all looking straight. Like, you want to look straight, but I didn't see like a bird flying over to caught my attention and y'all just looking at, I don't know, whatever y'all wanted to. It's just intriguing how people can just stare you off in a different direction or identify you in a different form just because stand true to yourself. You're not, they call that following the crowd. You're going your own way. That's not a bad thing. That's intriguing. That's something else that was brought to my attention. It's something that's quite common, but the aspect of being alone, like, or always wanting to be around people. Let me get back to that topic. It's an aspect that somehow come off like a bad thing. It's intriguing. But I realize, honestly, a lot of people don't like to be by themselves. It's intriguing. The fear of actually having to stop and receive information, that's all you're doing. It's the eternal side. It's already there, but you can drive off other people's perspective, their guidance, even though their guidance. See, that's the intriguing part. That's where I feel like there's no separation in it. It's just, when it comes to heaven and hell, it's just how we see things here in this physical form. You might not like somebody. It's the same way. Eternal guidance cannot like each other. And they do petty little things too sometimes. I guess that's where they say demons and things like that. But I'm going to leave it as it's a perspective. It's why are they doing it though? That's the thing. It's normally insecurities and things like that. Or maybe you hurt somebody. A lot of pain is on the eternal side, honestly. Honestly, that's a lot of pain. Definitely if you kill somebody and things like that, it's pain. And our history shows, oh shit, there was a lot of pain. Definitely when it comes to a race aspect. And that's the aspect where you think of demons. But you have to come back to what caused that. What is that? I didn't just do that or become that. Begin writing now. Journal time. You may be taking notes. You're receiving a lot. But that's what go with being by yourself. That's why I mentioned that. You're receiving just how I'm receiving now and I'm translating. I actually went and bought me a journal, a notebook to write in, to do some manifestations. I do believe in writing things down and letting the eternal be able to see it. And then I burn it and send it into the air to complete it. You may need to start doing the same thing. I mean, maybe you're not a burning person. Maybe you just need to write it down. If it ain't like, oh, that makes sense, don't you do it? It's gonna backfire, okay? It'll benefit somebody like me, but I'm not afraid of nobody sending me evil energy. It's just it's energy. I will thrive off of it still. Embrace your inner God. Embrace your inner gypsy. It doesn't matter. I know how to work with that. Back to the basics. Alrighty. Just back to the basics. Explore your creative side. Creativity. Because this is a lot of inner light. This would be great right now in the spiritual journey. Of course it is, but married people who actually follow it, this concept. Because it's two. This is going to be a married couple. The guidance that they're getting right now is extraordinary. One could be going through a big change. The other one is activating something. That could cause confusion though, but Depends on how well you know your spouse, which I hope is quite well. If not, you might start saying they're acting weird or different. That's the important, that's the intriguing part. Marriage is so intriguing to me sometimes. I love it. I thrive off of it. My purpose. It's just, they think sometimes when you marry somebody, they're supposed to stay the same, but they're not supposed to grow or evolve. You're not the person that I fell in love with. You fell in love with the wrong aspect. You fell in love with an idea. You're not the person I felt. What the fuck is that? Pardon me, but what does that even mean? Of course not. You're supposed to grow. You ain't see how you went from a baby to a full-grown fucking person? You see how much change you went through? Smiley face. Wheel of Fortune. 8 of Cups. Ooh, the Magician. That's what I'm talking about. How lovely. This is great. I hope you learned some lessons. I feel like you have. This new star is the Wheel of Fortune. It's got the 10 on it. It's a balance. What are you balanced at? I want the inner light. I was going with the change. The 2 10s. Oh, I was about to say Jesus, lovely. That's a 16. the six looked at like a O for a second. Or a 0. Pardon me, I said O. Looked like a 0 to me. No, this is a cycle. You learned just. I was about to say you learned it, so you probably learned it, but it's coming back again. And it's going in a change aspect. And I feel a little confused on that, but you probably understand it, but or you surely will. It's gonna come up like deja vu. But I guess the way you're dealing with it this time is a change. Maybe last time you didn't deal with it so pleasant. You learned it, but that don't mean you dealt with it pleasantly. This time you have inner light with you. Passion. You're not feeling scary. You. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of, I will not fear any evil. For your staff and rod, where is that? Actually, it's in the. For your staff and rod. I can't remember the rest of the freaking words. I feel like I actually want to look that up and actually project that all the way out, because that's that energy for sure. You're not afraid. I'm not seeing a card flipped up. 4 swords. Crossway. Magician, right? Oh, Magician. That's where they're going. Writing things down. You're coming off like the Magician. You're at a crossway. Eternal side is guiding you. It's just, you have to believe in what you're doing. What was that saying? You have to like what you're doing and mean what you're doing. Just because you like it don't mean that you mean it. That means no matter where you're at or who you're around, you're going to stay true in what you're doing. You're not going to change up when other people are around. That means you don't mean what you're doing. You like it, but you don't fully embrace it. You have to like it and mean it to operate like the Magician the way the eternal side wants you to. I feel like I was doing something, I got a little distracted. This energy is great though today, which I'm so happy it is. Five of Swords. Cautious with your words. Cautious of your words. Cautious of what you're projecting out. Think before you speak. Or what you're saying is coming out full-blown justice. There is a sword in the mouth. This could be the cycle. This is a cycle. That's the cycle for you. That's the answer for you. Cautious of what you're saying, what you project out, like painful things to people. Or this time I'm saying it's all full blown justice. It's beneficial. I feel like that was a lesson. You may have had a very just hurtful, disrespectful, projective. You said things that's painful. There's a change in that. I feel like you have learned that lesson. Somebody probably did it to you and it wasn't so pleasant. I'm just saying that's how you normally learn lessons, honestly. Who else? Oh, New York Tarot. I didn't pull New York Tarot. I did. I'm about to say, I think I'm done. What am I gonna wrap it up with? Daily intentions, and then I'm on the psychic deck too. Then I wrap it up. That's definitely a lesson. I can feel that. That's a lot of pain. I feel even sorry in this. This is making me a little sad. It's intriguing. I want to say somebody could did this to you. This could maybe somebody done this to you. They're gonna come back and freaking apologize. It's the eternal side doing it. They didn't know better. It's a lesson they had to learn. That's the trick is the person within this lesson gonna embrace that and accept it. Or they're gonna be like, don't be coming to me now, you know, things like that. Hopefully they don't, or they're gonna build their own bad karma, but hopefully it'll be pleasant. And he got the arrow on there too. It's definitely coming. It's coming. If you're headed somebody with this on this lesson, or they're coming to you for sure with a sorry because of what they said. They know it hurted you. They know it's painful. Just the Wheel of Fortune. I wonder how far, like, was that something that was recent, or the Wheel of Fortune, in the way that I normally operate when it comes to this is like a planet aspect. Of course, a planet. One that orbits really slow. Like, it takes a long time to get around it. Because this ain't something that probably maybe happened yesterday. This was some years in the making business. And they gonna come back. Or you gonna head to somebody. However it goes, a balance. Y'all have different perspectives. That'd be even lovely if it goes with this. Y'all both fire signs. Y'all come together and y'all both understand each other. It's gonna go very well. Very well. What's daily intentions? Just change. Change is important. It's funny because I went with yesterday's energy for me. But this is definitely coming off of no worries. It's just gonna happen. You don't have to do too much. You literally go and wake up doing something different. And I can kind of understand that from when I stopped eating meat the first time. I just stopped. That still blows my mind how I just stopped. I didn't crave it or nothing. I woke up the next day, or not the next day, but I woke up one day and wasn't craving it, wasn't thinking about it. It was like I never had it before in my life. It was intriguing. That's the same aspect. It's just gonna happen. You ain't gotta do too much. I want to say other than try not to resist, but I don't think you got a choice in this one. Change again. You're blooming. You may be, this is intriguing. This was yesterday's energy too. That bad energy upside down in the web. You want to move, but you can't. It's a process you have to go through. It's patience. That goes with that patience. Patience leads to uncertainty, which allows fear to creep in. Be cautious of fear when you're in uncertain energy because you have to be patient. You're like the caterpillar or something. You in the cocoon aspect, or a bat that's upside down sleeping. They have to be in that at a certain time. It's important. There's no escaping it. But you might be wanting to go do other things you can't. And it's like, even with the bat, it's like a bat can just flip itself up and, fly out. No, you're stuck in the web. You have to be that. Just like a baby in the womb. The baby can't just bust out one day. Of course it can't one day. Later on they can. Months later, 9 months later, or other situations earlier, but literally, if you understand what I mean, they can't just get out. They gotta sit there for a minute. It's a reason why, or things just won't be right. Like, you think you could just come out at 2 months? It ain't gonna be right. It's almost a waste of time of progress, if that makes sense. But I feel like I might be tapping on some people, because some people might have had a miscarriage or things like that. But if you stick into the topic of what I'm talking about, I'm saying why you have to be patient. That's what I'm getting at. It's important earlier in the process. You're not even a caterpillar. You're in a womb aspect. I feel like if I could be translating the energy from my egg upstairs. You have to be still for a minute. You can't just get out yet. Because you have to remember, when you come back, you still have a spirit. You still have an energy. It's not like you just get birthed out and all of a sudden you got energy. You come... I'm a reincarnation believer because I know it's true. I wouldn't be able to do the work that I do if that was not a such aspect. And there's multiple of us, and there's tons of books and music and things like that show you that there's eternal energy. When this flesh stops, the energy is still there. You just become invisible. We have a shield where you can see us, but just like in Harry Potter, if you ever watch Harry Potter, they got that little cloak, you put it on you, and you invisible. But think about it in our aspect as into when we don't have the cloak on, you can see us. But when the flesh stops, which would be us putting the cloak on, you can't see us. I hope that makes sense. In my mind, it sounds like, aha, yeah. I hope it projected out right, but literally, there's eternal energy. We don't disappear. That's why I always have a hard time when they talk about executing somebody, or I'd just rather kill them or something. You know they're not going nowhere, right? Now you like to fuck with the ghosts. And ghosts, you can't see them. You better hope on the eternal side it's more of a kumbaya aspect, I want to say. I got my hands like this because I feel like it's a really just peaceful aspect, honestly. Because you don't really have too many worries like you have here, honestly. More freedom. I do believe that home of the brave and the freedom is that they talk about the eternal side. They're not really talking about this physical form, but the eternal side can allow us that thrive off of that and be that aspect metaphorically, because they operate us we're the vehicle. Think of me as a Bentley or something. My eternal side drives this. I'm just the vehicle. It's simple as that. Honestly. A lot of people have a hard time. They're like, I'm my own boss. And that's the eternal side saying, of course they're their own boss. It's the fucking home of the brave for them. Home of the free. They free. Shit. They air. They clear. How are we going to wrap this message up? Spirit, how are we going to wrap it up? Activation map. What direction to go in? Direction will you be going in? It's definitely a direction. You're going to be in the dark. You might not understand it. This is 6 on there, it's in the dark. Your hands! It's your map and your activation of your inner light. How so funny, eh? You're using your hands. And this numbers add up to 6 too. So 15 on her, but if you add it up, it's 6. You may not understand the work you're doing, but it's all for a reason. That's what I'm saying. Nothing's ever really a coincidence or something I can say is timing. So remember, be kind. You are a reflection.